What's up? Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris, and I'm your marketing guy. I'm over here in Carlsbad, making videos, trying to reach business owners, small business owner, local business owners. I'm a marketing guy. I could be your marketing guy. I focus on local SEO for small businesses and AI automations. And I'm doing a little experiment. I came down from LA, that's where I live, because I noticed in San Diego, there's a lot of searches being performed on Google for people looking for AI automations, local business, marketing, local SEO. So that's what I do. And I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if I could come down here, make a video in these locations. Yesterday I was in Claremont, North Park, University Heights, Kearny Mesa. Today I'm in Carlsbad. I'm going to be hitting the rest of San Diego today. And my experiment here is testing to see if I can make videos in Carlsbad to reach people in Carlsbad. So if you're a local business owner here, if you have a small business, if you want to start your own business and you need a marketing guy, I might be able to help you out here. So what I have is a top 20 list of the types of businesses, local businesses, small businesses here in Carlsbad that might be able to really benefit from having, a marketing guy help them out. And the one caveat I always say is I had ChatGPT make the list. So I can't guarantee the accuracy. If I am incorrect or if the list is incorrect and you want to correct me, feel free to put that in the comments, okay? But this gives us a good starting point. It gives me some examples for me to use to explain how local marketing SEO works and how it can be applicable to these types of businesses. So if you're a business owner in the area and you're looking for a marketing guide, this might be able to help you out. And of course, you can click the link in the description, reach out to me, maybe we can work together. But nevertheless, let's get started here. So number one, coffee shops and cafes. Already driving around this morning, again, I said this about University Heights, the small town charm here, love it, right? These are all small businesses, local owners. You don't have many chain restaurants like, dotting the landscape. That's perfect. Coffee shops and cafes, I've said it before, I'll say it again, can absolutely benefit from local marketing, email and text message lists, right? Because you rely on the repeat customers. And another thing you rely on are reviews. So if you can bring your customers into a relationship management system and you can automatically send out that text message or that email asking them to leave a nice review after they visited your shop, that's how you're going to boost your rankings. That's how you're going to increase the amount of traffic you get to your store, to your shop, to your coffee shop, because people, when they come to visit, or if they're thinking about where to go or where to try, you absolutely know that those reviews are crucial in their decision making, right? I mean, that's why they have the review system to begin with. And when it comes to automations, automations are very easy. It's not just like a systematized automatic system, right? It's also about getting your apps to connect and talk to each other. So if you have a point of sale system, maybe like you're using, Squarespace, right? Square or Toast, right? Chances are it has an API, and chances are it can communicate through that API to your other software apps. Like maybe you're using MailChimp for your email, right? Now I understand also these enterprise level software systems like your POS systems are probably going to have a lot of tools built in. But I'm really trying to reach out to the small startup businesses, right? The real local shops that don't necessarily maybe have the budget for those enterprise level software suites, right? Where maybe you're hooked in. The noise, trains coming. Yesterday it was leaf blowers. Today it's going to be trains. Hey, that's part of the fun here. Part of doing this on the fly. If you don't have the budget for that dedicated monthly recurring cost, because that's another thing, right? Sometimes these software apps or even marketing services, right? Like your local marketing agency, they might be wanting like a $1,000, $2,000 a month minimum retainer, and that's a big commitment for a startup, for a small business. So, and I know firsthand, I'm going through it myself here. So what I try to do is also find ways to eliminate that monthly recurring billing. Everything from like your website to your email, right? They all want to use these monthly billing cycles. So I have ways to help eliminate that for certain things. If that's something you might be interested, again, reach out to me. Okay, but let's just go through actually the top 3, right? So number 1 was coffee shops and cafes. Number 2 is restaurants, casual, fine dining, coastal spots. You know, you got a cool mix of things here. This is a small town charm right on the coast. It reminds me of kind of like Carmel, but this is Carlsbad. And number 3, bars, breweries, and tap rooms, right? So this group of restaurants, coffee shops, again, you're all going to be able to benefit from those same very similar tools, right? Automatic requests for reviews, building that email list, building that customer list, letting them know you have specials, letting them know maybe you have new brews on tap, maybe you have your seasonal menu is changing because you have a fine dining seafood restaurant, and so building that relationship helps build that repeat customer base, right? It builds that trust. They know you, they love you, they always have a good time eating there. And also the reviews give you an idea of how well your service is performing or not, because, right, you learn so much more from one bad review than you do from any good review, right? And another thing is I've actually gotten negative reviews reversed. So a little bit about my backstory is I did digital marketing, I used to work in television, I used to work in Hollywood. I learned digital marketing from one of those startup schools. A friend of mine approached me and said, hey, I want to start my own fence contracting company, right? A home services company. So he was my first client. He said, build my website, get me on Google and Yelp. So I did that. 6 months later, it was so successful for him. He was producing so many local leads. Again, the website also focused on local SEO. He said, hey, if you want to come full time and work with me, you're more than welcome to. That was in 2019, and we've been working together ever since. So I know it works. I know also too, people are worried about AI search now, right? And what's old is new again, believe it or not. A lot of the same SEO stuff, technical SEO, on-page SEO, all of that is actually more crucial than ever now, especially when it comes to AI. So if that's something you're worried about, I can definitely help you out with that as well. All right, number 4, boutiques, women's clothing, lifestyle, gift shops, right? Number 5, surf shops, beachwear stores. All right, so those 2 categories represent retail. Again, with retail, very similar to restaurants, you got to be able to be discoverable on maps. You want people searching for certain keywords to find your shop via your website, right? Like, let's say you specialize in handmade jewelry, like crystals or something like that. I'm just trying to improvise here off the top of my head. But you don't sell diamonds, right? So you want to make sure that when people are searching for what you do have, that you come up high or first, really, in this search engine results, right? I mean, that's the basis of SEO right there. Or again, if you have certain types of surfboards, certain brands, maybe you specialize in handmade custom surfboards, right? Those are the kinds of things that help differentiate your business that you're going to want to rank for. And another thing that I might be able to help you with is if you're trying to grow your customer base, maybe you're interested in starting or growing or improving your e-commerce sales, and SEO there is also very, very impactful. Listen, I don't want to dwell too long, but again, also nurturing your customer base here. It's a long list. I got the top 20. I don't want this video to run too long, and I'll be honest, it's a little cold right now. So that being said, right, maybe it's a matter of integrating your MailChimp with your Shopify store, right? You need to, or maybe you might want to nurture that customer relationship after the first time they make a purchase, right? And again, you're going to want to differentiate your messaging to customers who've made a purchase in the past versus maybe people who've just signed up for your newsletter, right, but haven't made a purchase. And so an automation, a basic automation there is we get Shopify, your customer database, to update your MailChimp list tags, so that way you can segment, existing customers from, people who haven't made a purchase yet, There's also very e-commerce specific things, right? Like being able to reach out when someone puts something in their cart but hasn't completed a purchase. And if they are a previous customer, you do have a text message, or I'm sorry, a phone number or an email for them, you can build an automation that does some kind of follow-up. Hey, you forgot something in your cart, right? Kind of nudges them. Of course, you can also use your email list to blast out coupons, right? Specials, sales, new inventory, things like that. So that's for e-commerce. Okay, so now we're getting to a more services-based part of the list. Okay, number 6, day spas, med spas, facial bars. Number 7, hair salons, barbershops, and grooming studios. Number 8, yoga, Pilates. Okay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Bar or bare or bade. Fitness studios, right? So that represents, your health and wellness service type businesses, right? These are local businesses where people come to you. And maybe you're giving like your first free class, or your first class is free as an incentive to bring in new customers, and you want to nurture them, right? And so another automation you might use there is after someone completes their class, and let's say you update them in your customer relationship management software, you might need an automation, right, that sends a text message or an email automatically. And again, you might have customer relationship management software that already does this automatically, or you may not, and you may be trying to run your business with a handful of tools, because quite frankly, those customer relationship management software tools, those apps, right, they're not cheap, and they might be cheap to get started, but if you want to add on those services, like add on this automatic email, or add on this text message service, right, it could be less expensive to manage your email and text messages in a separate app, and then build a custom integration that lets the two talk to each other. So that's another instance where automation can come in and kind of help you as you're bootstrapping, as you're getting going. And then one day, hey, if we build a big enough customer base together for you, and you want to upgrade to that enterprise level software, go for it, right? I don't blame you. But I'm really trying to reach those business owners out here in Carlsbad who are looking to start their own business, or they just launched, and it's very scrappy, it's very startup, it's very lean, right? That's a very Silicon Valley way of putting it. It's a lean startup model. And so having a marketing guy like me that can come in and build custom integrations, I myself also try to stick away from a monthly recurring billing style. I offer just like one-off microservices, pay me a little bit of money, I do a specific task to kind of help you, stretch your budget out or keep the budget down, and when you're in these early stages, because these early stages are crucial in any business. So, okay, let's move on. Number 9, art galleries and handmade artisan shops. Okay, so this is a combination sort of like local retail, but a little bit more specialized, and especially when it comes to art galleries. I have a friend who's a professional artist, so I know a little bit about the art world, and I know when it comes to galleries, it's all about having your list, right? Your list of collectors that you can reach out to and say, hey, this month we're featuring this artist, they do this style, I know you're a fan of that style, I'm letting you know ahead of time. And you can do that through an email marketing campaign. You can do that through a text message campaign. You can also just let your general larger list of, interested people, maybe they're not quite your curated list of collectors, but they're people who do enjoy art, who occasionally might consider something, and you want to make sure you have, a good showing on your opening night. So having a good large email list to be able to message all at once is crucial, right? And maybe you're already using, again, your, MailChimp or any kind of email marketing software. And I mean, that's very basic, right? But now let's say you want to integrate that and have it talk to maybe Stripe, right? Stripe is, a lot of people use that for billing. They use that for a customer database. Or maybe QuickBooks. Or there might be a ton of other programs I don't even know about. But I tell you this, if there's a way for me to connect it through an API, I can build almost any custom integration you could imagine. And that's the other thing, right? These solutions are going to be custom. So for example, as an example of like something that's very custom, for the new fence contracting company I launched my own fence contracting company this year. I wanted to build a website form that automatically a customer can receive a quote. Let me rephrase that. Customers can go and fill out this form themselves, put in their measurements, select their type of fence, right? Hit submit on the website form, and then it emails them instantly a quote. And that quote is created in Stripe. So the custom integration there is that this form passes that data into Stripe, creates the customer, creates a quote, takes the information they've input about, the number of feet, the style of fence, inputs that into a quote, finalizes the quote, and then emails that quote to the customer. And this all happens within a matter of seconds after they hit that submit button. So it's a very custom thing, right? Stripe doesn't have like a form for quotes that you can just like copy paste the code and embed that on your website. So that's an example of something very custom built for a specific purpose. And again, you might have, the sky's the limit, your imagination's the limit. That's what we're here to do, actually. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you with custom integrations in Carlsbad. So again, I don't need to work with every business here. I'm just trying to reach this handful of business owners. Maybe you have a home-based business. Let me keep going through my list here, right? Real estate agents and small brokerages, right? Again, you're not, you're not a big Compass office or whatever, right? You're independent, you're on your own. You need your own customer relationship management tools. You might need your own custom automations that help you keep your apps connected to each other in a way that helps you eliminate jumping from one type of software program to another type of program, right? You want the information to be updated from one place to all other places. So that way, when you hop from, let's say, your MLS management to your email marketing, your customer tags are updated again, so you can help keep those messages segmented between, your potential clients and your previous clients, between your people looking for a new home versus your investors who are looking for, multi-unit properties. Just kind of riffing here. Again, I want to make this too long. I feel like I might be rambling a little bit, but I want to just really stress the point, I want to give you as many examples as possible as I go through this list. Okay, so we're going to get to number 11 here. Ice cream shops, gelato, dessert bars. Number 12, juice bars, acai shops, health food cafes, right? Again, that brings us back to that category of like local restaurants, except you're a little bit more specialty. And again, customer loyalty is what's going to keep you in business, right? Repeat customers. This is probably also a tourist destination. And so having good reviews, again, is going to help invite tourists in. Maybe having a website that really tells the story of your company, so when people are planning their trip to Carlsbad, they know they want to come check out your gelato shop. They know they want to stop and try one of your specialty smoothies or your health food menu, right? So these are all just different ideas I'm coming up with based on this list. And again, if this list seems inaccurate for Carlsbad, just let me know in the comments. Okay, number 13, pet boutiques, groomers, and vet clinics, right? Again, that's a specialty service. One thing I forgot to mention, right, is getting on Google and Yelp is like super obvious and necessary, but there are a ton of other business directories where you need your business listed as well. And one major one I'm going to tell you about, right, is like, how do you get into your car's navigation system? Meaning if somebody's let's say somebody's driving, they're visiting from Arizona, right, Zonies, and they're in their car, they're in their Toyota or their Mini Cooper or their BMW, right, and they're using the in-dash navigation. They're not using their phone, they're not using Google, right? They're using their in-dash navigation. That's another whole set of business directories that you need to be in to bring you those extra handful of customers every month, because that could be the difference between breaking even or falling short or, meeting or exceeding your sales goals. And so that's another very specific tool that I know how to use and I can help you out with to get you listed on tons of other business listing directories, okay? And those are also called citations. And the more citations you have, the more places your business with the name, address, and phone number on the internet linked to a website, the higher your search ranking results. So I'm going to keep this moving here. Number 14, massage therapists and body workers. Again, local business, right? You need those reviews, you need that customer relationship management software, and then also maybe you have a specialty type of store. Maybe you do Reiki, and so Reiki is a keyword you need to rank for, right? These are all things you need a marketing guy to help you out with. Feel free to hit me up. Okay, number 15, jewelry shops and fine gift stores. Okay, so again, maybe you want to expand, grow your customer base through e-commerce. Maybe you specialize in a very unique brand, and you want to make sure people who are searching for that brand, because they love that brand, they know that you are someplace they can find that brand. That's going to come back to your website and your search engine optimization results. Ooh, it's getting cold. Okay, number 16. I guess it's warming up a little. The sun's coming out. All right, number 16. Bike shops and e-bike rentals. Again, specialty, local, reviews, right? And customer relationship management. People might be planning their trip. They find your website. They sign up for your email newsletter. They got a 10% off coupon. They're going to come use it as soon as they get in Carlsbad. And those little things really help dial in your sales. So we're almost done here. Number 17, hotels, inns, and boutique lodging. Now this is somewhere where I might mention, and this also applies really to the medical services, like the spas and things I mentioned earlier. Having a AI voice agent answer your phones, and like really any business, especially businesses that get busy, even bars and restaurants might be able to really use this. The technology has gotten very good and very cheap, and making sure you have a friendly voice that answers the phone, never misses a call, isn't going to be, in the middle of spinning plates or dealing with a customer right in front of them or in a bad mood, right? That's knowledgeable, can answer questions. I mean, this is much more, we're way beyond, press 1 for directions, press 2 for the menu. You know what I mean? Press 3 for reservations. As a matter of fact, what we can do is build that AI voice agent so it custom integrates into your reservation management software. So people can, on the phone, talk to the AI agent, make a reservation, and it automatically gets input into your existing software. That's a very powerful tool, very powerful. And again, AI is not about eliminating jobs. It's about freeing up people to do more important things when it comes to your business. So number 18, wellness providers, chiropractors, acupuncture, holistic. Again, that answering the call, right? Automatically booking an appointment, answering questions. That's gonna, if you have a small office and you don't have a big staff, and maybe like your secretary or receptionist is also like doing bookkeeping, and again, they've got a lot going on. They're not always gonna answer the phone in the best mood. We're all human. We all make mistakes, or we all have our moments. The AI agent, you won't have that problem. So you might be able to actually not only book more appointments, because think about it, you'll never miss a call. And they can handle multiple calls at once. So if you have 2-3 people calling at one time, you can handle that. And again, the technology has gotten so good and the price has gone down so much. This is probably one thing that would be on a monthly recurring cost, but I mean, it is not uncommon to pay less than $200 a month for an AI voice agent now, and then add an integration to that where it's automatically booking and filling your schedule. It's almost a no-brainer for small offices. Of course, I'm trying to sell it to you, so I'm going to hype it up a little bit, but I'm serious, right? Okay, number 19, cleaning services, residential and Airbnb turnover. If you have a cleaning business, again, this is where reviews are going to come in. Your website SEO, maybe even like making sure you rank on AI, so AI recommends you in the area for other homeowners who are looking to bring on a cleaning service for their Airbnb. You're going to need those recommendations. You're going to need that customer relationship management. Okay, finally here, number 20, photography studios, family, beach shoots, weddings. So If you have a photography or videography business, again, your website's important, your reviews are important, and making sure that let's think about that. What else could you use custom integrations for? Again, maybe scheduling your sales consultation appointments, right? People might be able to go to the website, but what if they call your phone number and they want to talk to you, they have some questions, right? Wouldn't it be cool to have something there? Again, we're just trying to make sure you have a tighter sales funnel, right, with all of this stuff, guys. So, that's it. That's my list. It's been probably a little bit longer. I've got a lot of other locations to hit today. But my name's Chris. I'm your marketing guy. Just if you want to work with me, click on the link in the description, and I'll see you guys later, Carlsbad. Oh, and by the way, if you're a local business owner here in Carlsbad and you're watching this video, then I've done my job extremely well. Thanks.